Some encouraging progress on the stimulus package and negotiations. Let's get into it and discuss what just went down and where we currently stand. But really quickly, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and I'm here each and every day to bring you all of the latest updates and ultimately make sure that you're getting all of the money and benefits that you're eligible to receive during this time, as information continues to change very rapidly. So, thanks again for your support, subscribe down below, and I'll continue to be here for you each and every day. Alright, so Congress is officially back in session. The Senate returned yesterday after a 1-week vacation, and the House of Representatives returns today after 2 weeks of vacation. Must be rough, right? Yeah, I can't even imagine being on vacation all the time like that. But anyway, let's get into it and discuss where we currently stand, because we actually just had something happen that was actually a major development. Now, let me throw out a couple names and see if these ring a bell. Joe Manchin? Bernie Sanders? Do these ring a bell? Yeah, of course they do. We've talked about them, and I think all of you are very aware of who these guys are. Well, over the last week or so, they have actually been going at each other, like a lot, right? Back and forth at each other, major disagreements. However, yesterday, guess what happened? These two guys met one-on-one to discuss the stimulus package and a strategy of moving forward. This is something that many of us did not foresee coming, because at the rate that they were going back and forth at each other and how intense it was, we were like, yeah, there's no way these guys are going to meet. Well, they did it. In fact, yesterday they met for quite a while, they discussed everything, and as they emerged from the meeting, they were met by a bunch of reporters. Therefore, they came together for a picture even. Yeah, seriously, I mean, this all actually happened. And it actually seems like it went pretty well, considering their state of mind and their attitudes after this meeting. They were both somewhat cheerful and very optimistic when it comes to the progress on the stimulus package. Bernie Sanders even said that they were very optimistic that they would come together on something here over the coming weeks. Wow, seriously, this is a major shift, as just literally just a few days ago, these guys were right at each other. Seriously, it's been kind of pretty intense here with these guys going back and forth. So it sounds like they're actually coming together. Here's something else that's pretty shocking about this whole thing. Does this name ring a bell to you? Pramila Jayapal. I'll let you know. We've talked about her a number of times. She's actually the leader of the Progressive Caucus in the House of Representatives. And check this out. She actually met one-on-one with Joe Manchin yesterday as well. Seriously, I mean, all of this happened yesterday, yeah. So, Joe Manchin met with Pramila Jayapal, who is the leader of the Progressive Caucus in the House, and they discussed the details of the stimulus package. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I looked around and I did not see any details come out that talked about their interaction. So I'm not sure if it went down good, if it was bad, or what came out of that. I wasn't able to find anything, so it kind of makes me wonder what happened behind those closed doors, right? I imagine they talked about the stimulus package. Who knows? Maybe it didn't go so very well, or maybe they just decided, let's keep this confidential for now, and let's, not expose all this, our discussions about the stimulus package to reporters quite yet. I'm just not really sure. I wasn't able to find anything. So maybe something will emerge today, and I'll bring you those details. But he met with Joe Manchin and Pramila Jayapal met on the stimulus package, and then shortly thereafter, Joe Manchin and Bernie Sanders met on the stimulus package. So this is some pretty big updates, seriously, because we did not foresee any kind of meeting like this with Joe Manchin and the progressives like this in any way, shape, or form anytime soon. So it sounds like things are coming together on this thing, which is actually surprising considering that they have been so far apart, right? Remember, Pramila Jayapal is sitting at about $3 trillion right now, maybe even up to $3.5 trillion. And Joe Manchin is at about $1.5 trillion. So they're apart by about anywhere between 1.5 and about $2 trillion. So yeah, right? So anyway, they're coming together. That's kind of all that matters at this point. Now today, President Biden is going to be meeting with progressives, and he's going to be meeting with the moderate Democrats as well. So there's going to be more high-profile meetings that are going on today to discuss further details. So as I've been mentioning over the last few days here, they really need to get a move on this week. In fact, I said this yesterday. This week is likely going to be a very busy week with a lot of updates and things coming out, simply because they are finally back in session. They're not on vacation anymore. and they're actually going to be working forward on this stimulus package because, remember, Nancy Pelosi has this arbitrary date of the end of the month to get this whole package passed. So we'll continue watching that. However, Joe Manchin did make a comment about having these packages passed by October 31st, Halloween, and he basically is saying, I don't foresee how that can be done, right? Because we're really ticking down the days right now. We have about a week and a half to go, a little more than a week and a half to go, and yeah, we'll kind of see, right? Of course, things can happen very fast if they want them to, but that's kind of where we're sitting right now, where it's kind of like, yeah, we'll see, right? Kind of a, it's all up in the air right now. But either way, they're coming together on this thing, right? So, one more thing that came out also. Now, I haven't talked about this. I don't think I've talked about this at all maybe, but you've probably heard about this. And I'm curious to hear what your kind of opinions are on this thing. This is a very highly controversial topic, but I'm curious what you have to say about this. So within this stimulus package, one of the provisions in there is giving the IRS this ability to gather all of this banking information, right? So banks would be required to submit all of the banking information to the IRS, basically any transaction that happens throughout the course of the entire year over $600. So then the IRS would be taking a peek at all this information and basically kind of looking at all your banking information saying, okay, here's a transaction over $600. We're going to investigate this a little bit further to make sure that all taxes are paid on those transactions. Not only that, all of these apps that many of us use, like for cash transfers, like Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App, all of these kinds of transactions, they would also need to be reported as well, anything over $600 throughout the course of the year. Now, I get it. Probably many people are not transacting $600 or more, but maybe there's a one-off situation here and there where maybe, you know, a friend helps you out with some bills or utilities, maybe a car payment, something like that, and then you pay them back and it's over $600. How would you feel about the IRS kind of snooping around in your stuff, taking a peek at what you're doing? Again, I know this is a very controversial topic, but that's why I'm kind of asking you, what is your opinion on this? There is a minor change to this. That's why I'm bringing this up. But I'm curious to see what you have to think about this. How do you feel about the IRS kind of snooping around on you? I don't know. There's a ton of controversy about this. But anyway, one of the provisions in this bill is that transactions over $600 would kind of be subject to the IRS having this ability to kind of snoop around on your business, right? However, they're considering changing this to $10,000. Now, that would weed out a lot of transactions, right? $600 is not really a whole lot of money. I mean, of course, it's a lot of money. We can't discount $600, but what I'm saying is that's going to gather a lot of transactions, right? It's going to bring a lot of people in. However, if they raise that threshold to $10,000, then we're really going to narrow it down quite a bit, right? So they're talking about potentially raising the limit up to $10,000 and basically anything over that. Then the IRS and banks would have to report that to the IRS, and then the IRS would have the ability to kind of take a look around and be like, hey, what's going on here? Why are the $10,000 transactions going on, right? So let me know your thoughts on that. I'm kind of curious to see what everybody has to say. I'm guessing there's going to be a variety of different opinions, and that's okay. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. That is totally okay. That's why I'm asking, because I'm curious to see what is the consensus. Do you think it's an okay thing for banks to report all this information, or these cash transfer apps like Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, these other ones that are out there right now? What is your opinion on this? I'm curious to see what you have to say. But either way, Congress is back in session. They are working on this right now, the stimulus package, everything else going on out there right now. There is a lot of changes going on, as always. I wanted to bring you these quick updates and just let you know what is going on out there regarding Congress, what these people are doing, that the Senate was back in session, things like that, and let you know what's going on. But one more quick note, if you happen to see any headlines out there saying, the Senate voted, or the House voted, they're going to be voting on some, they're voting on some voting rights. I know, it's kind of confusing, right? Voting on voting, yes. So they're going to be voting on that stuff this week. It looks like that's going to be scheduled for tomorrow, most likely. It looks like the Senate kind of got everything prepared yesterday. So if you see any headlines, that's what it's about. It's not on the stimulus package. I likely will not be talking about this stuff going forward simply because it doesn't really pertain to a lot of people here. And I want to make sure that I'm focusing my content on what pertains to the majority of people here. So just wanted to throw that out there. If you happen to see it coming out here over the coming days, tomorrow, later today, about the Congress is setting up to vote, it's because they're voting on voting rights, stuff like that. So anyway, wanted to throw it out there so that you have an idea of what's going on. But anyway, A lot of stuff going on out there right now, right? Yeah, a lot of updates, and now that Congress is back in session, we've got to keep an eye on them very, very closely, because you literally have no clue what's going to come out at any given time. Who's going to make a statement? Who's going to meet up? Who's going to come together on a deal? Who's going to propose something? What kind of ideas are going to be thrown around out there right now? Because we remember, right now, they're in this phase right now where they need to renegotiate all the details on this, because they need to shave this bill down somewhat. Whether it's going to be $1 trillion, $500 billion, $2 trillion, who knows what? I mean, seriously, it's all over the map right now. That's why we've got to watch this stuff very, very closely. So, anyway, hope this helps you out. I'll continue to keep you posted. I wanted to bring you this quick update, let you know what's going on. But hope this helps you for now. I'll be back with another update here in a little while. I'm going to get back to it and see what else is going on out there. I mean, literally, who knows what happened in the last, I don't know, 8 minutes that I've been talking. I have no clue how long I've been talking for, but either way, I'm going to get back to it, and I'll let you know in a little while. So thanks so much for your support. Subscribe down below, and I'm very much dedicated to helping you out in any way that I can through these videos, and ultimately making sure that we get additional relief for everybody out there. So enjoy. I'll catch you again later.